This is day one of Custom Harmonica podcast. It's been uncut, so I will be making a, which one is that? A Richter harmonica in the key of A. Here is a brand new 1847. That's an actual order I have from Leonid, who is a member of Modern Blues Harmonica Battle and other forums as well. And here it is, brand new. Just got it off the post office and unpacking. So it's all new. I don't know how it plays. I'm gonna play. It's an A. Not particularly good at bends, but functions quite well. Some overblows here and there. Not too much. Anyway, what interests me most is how it will play when I'm done. The first thing I'm gonna do, and I think that's the only thing I'm able to do today, is tune it. To do that, I'm disassembling the whole thing, taking the covers off, and I'm just gonna take it all apart. I don't know how much time I'll need to complete this thing. Maybe 5 hours, maybe 20. I have no idea. Because sometimes you run into problems like unresponsive reeds or an overblow that won't sound like it's supposed to be. So it's really hard to judge how many how many entries this video blog will have. So that's a standard 1847 classic, and Leonid has asked me to tune it to 441, so that's what I'm gonna do. I will need a tuning file. What the hell is my tuning file? It's on the other table. So I will need a tuning file and a filling gouge. So my tuner is set to 441, maximizing. I'm not sure if you see what's actually happening on the screen. I'm gonna check. Yeah, I think it looks fine. This tuner has a very nice built-in noise filter, so I had to catch the falling video camera. Sorry for the inconvenience. Anyway, I'm gonna start with the blow reed plate and moving up to from lower holes to higher holes. I'll be tuning it compromise. 20 cents to sharp. I'm stroking lengthwise. So if I scratch the reed across, across the reed, this will weaken the material. So that's one thing I don't want to do. That's why I'm trying to strike always alongside. This is gonna take some time. It's steel, and steel needs a bit more force. I'm gonna tune it to 0 as the root node of the first position, and the rest of the nodes will come in compromise. Steel, by the way, also has a tendency to change the curvature as you tune it. I don't know why. The material itself is much more sturdy, but it just bends inside the slot, which doesn't produce so much, you know, a bad effect on sound, but you have to change gapping. That sound came from the comb, by the way. I'm supporting the reed with a feeling gouge as I tune it. I don't always do that to brass reeds, but with steel. With steel it's necessary. I'm not very much accurate with gapping at this point because I'm not doing any customization at all. This is what's gonna happen next, so I'm just setting a gap that the reed sounds alright, just to give me some sound. By the way, you can write in the comments if any of you wish me, you know, if you want me just to shut up and do what I do. I will shut up and just make a muted video blog. Or I can comment as I do this and that. Dead on. So now I'm gonna tune the octave, the 4 blow. And by the way, as I tune it, there's a, what do you call it, thingamajig, condensed air inside from my breath. This should be wiped away, otherwise the tuner will show the note a bit in a bit altered tuning, you know. Yeah, that's dead on. And one of the things why I like steel is I have to tune it once. No extra fine tuning is necessary. +7. I usually tune the octaves dead in tune, or I make them short. By saying short, I mean some people like to stretch octaves, like 1 blow is 0 and 4 blow is +2 or +1. I like to shorten the octaves, so number 4 will be like -1 or -2 cents. The reason why I do this is because when you blow the octave hard enough, 1 blow will go down faster than 4 blow. So to keep them in tune as you blow and as you increase pressure, the top note will be lower, a bit lower. +1. But I'm gonna tune it dead on this time, so both will be 0. I don't know, I just tend to like it like that. Just a little bit more. Yeah, sounds good to me. Now I'm gonna tune the 7th blow to completely get rid of all A notes on this harmonica. This one will have overblow setup, by the way. I haven't emphasized this point yet. If it had valves, for example, I would do a second pass on tuning as I glue valves, but I'll explain about valves a bit later when I'll be making one with valves. This one will be overblow setup, overblow beast. Too wide. As you get more experience, you'll hear when octaves are too wide or too narrow. Now they're dead in tune. And now back to 10 blow, the last A note. I don't always do it like that, but sometimes I like to tune all the octaves and then mess with the chords. Oh, I went a bit too far. So to tune it back, I'll be taking metal off the loose edge, of the loose end of the reed. One cent back, and I think now we're done. Not yet. What the hell? Here's a good trick, by the way. If you have a harmonica and one of the octaves starts to beat over time, and you don't know which one, which of the two notes to tune. Increase pressure in here if the beating decreases, like going from really annoying beat up to unified sound. Then what's actually happening is the lower note tends to lower more than the high note. So it means that either the low note has to be tuned down or the high note has to be tuned up, and vice versa if the beating increases. Anyway, why the hell it's still not in tune? Seems fine. Then again missed that spot. Yeah, sometimes I go around in circles like that, especially on the high notes. Some take a century to tune, some just go down by 20 cents at one go. Now it's fine, finally. And now I'm back at the octave notes, at the chord and low notes for 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. I'm gonna tune number 3 below first. That's our root note in second position. And I'm gonna tune it almost to 0. I'm gonna leave something like +2, but +12 is way too much. I'm gonna have a compromise here, right? What's also good about stainless steel is you can really fine tune it. I mean, it takes much more time to change the pitch, and for that reason, if you scratch really slow and easy, you'll go by, tenths of cent decimals. And that's good, because you can really fine tune it. Now I'm gonna check 1 blow plus 3 blow, and they're gonna give me a very unified sound. In fact, I'm not taking much for granted here. I mean, the tuner is not so much help. Sometimes I tune it to +2, sometimes +4. It all depends on how this interval sounds. bit more. But we're almost there. Almost. Though it really depends on your playing. If you play hard or if you play light, the beating will be more audible or less, you know. I'm gonna also check 3 plus 4. Which sounds alright to me. Now I'm gonna finish the bottom octave by tuning the 2 blow, which is not -4 right now, and it's gonna be -14 or about that. I'm gonna check this with the intervals as well. Nothing changed. You're gonna have a good file, a really good file to tune stainless steel. The cheap Chinese files will not leave a scratch in it. This one is Swiss made, and still I have some problems sometimes. Gapping. So it's about -10 right now, and I'm gonna do the first interval check. Nope. What's also interesting is this thing, tuning develops your ear, so you really hear if 2 notes beat or not. Well, maybe Leonid doesn't even want it that much, that sophisticated. But I'm still doing it according to my standard. So all intervals are perfectly aligned. Sometimes it catches sounds from the air conditioner. It sounds all right now. I'm gonna check other intervals like 2 plus 4. Maybe a couple more scratches. Just a little bit. Now it sounds fine. And I'm gonna do number 5 and number 6 blow in octave to 2 and 3 blow. So that's number 5. Gonna be the same as the note we have just tuned. I'm not very much concerned about chords here, by the way, because you know those chords are not usually played vamping style or something like this. So it's really of not that much of an important thing to look at, you know. Well, to me, I'm maybe not right about this, but I think that the middle and the top octaves should have perfect octaves in the first place, and then come chords and intervals. Number 6. Oh my god. I have a strong feeling that after the first video, only the true geeks will watch the second. I know it's boring stuff, but you have to do it if you want to make a good instrument. Oh, I've missed my stop. Sounds good. And the top octave, which is, by the way, already low enough. So there must be some way of, you know, running this thing up to the end, but I think there's some sort of file limit, so I have to split it. The last one is 9 low. I'm really not concerned about chords in the top octave. I've never seen anyone use it so extensively that, you know. Done. Now come the draw plate, and I think I'm gonna put some screws in to make it more comfortable. Three will be enough. Eating 47s come with a pretty decent tuning, by the way. I mean, they really do a good job on stock tuning. All tuned with 444 compromise, and it's really, what's the word? All of them come in pretty good compromise. So sometimes I don't even tune harmonicas if customers don't particularly ask about this. So the draw plate will be a compromise tuning as well, and I'm gonna start with one draw. It looks like it's way too high for 441 plus 23. I'm gonna leave +4. The reason why I tune the draw plate a bit higher is because you naturally inhale notes and tend to bend them a little bit, so you're gonna have something in bands. +13. You also have to develop a very stable breath for tuning. It's very important, otherwise the reading of the tuner will be incorrect, and you'll never get the right note out of it. No, that can be too low. +3, +4 something. I'm gonna tune number 4 and check then if it sounds good in the octave. I'm gonna leave it like this. Reed got inside the reed plate, so now I'm gonna use this knitting hook. So that's used by women for knitting to catch it from the bottom and increase gap in that way. Very convenient tool This is number 7, 1.3 millimeter if you're interested. I personally think that knitting a sweater is much more difficult than tuning a harmonica. For real, that's rocket science to me. +5 something. I think it's alright. Or maybe I will tune it just a little bit up. The one draw. Maybe maybe not. Now it sounds fine. And again, I'm gonna do number 8 now. Complete the octave from 4 to 8. Not quite yet. Too wide. Yeah, that's the sound I like. And now, because we don't have an octave to number 2 and number 3, I'm gonna just do 5 and 6. Now 5 is a tricky one. In fact, that's the problem of the root tuning. The old harmonicas were tuned in just intonation, which means that 5 plus 2 draw were a perfect interval. And for that we need 5 to be minus 27 cents, which is 1/4 of a semitone below, which is certainly too much for modern types of music. And if you want it to sound fine in third position, like when 5 draw is a minor third, then we have to tune it plus 16, and plus 16 and minus 27 is, you know, huge gap. So that's why in the modern compromise tuning, 5 draw is tuned Now something in between, like -2. Almost there. Wait, what are you doing? Just a couple more scratches. Country tuning that doesn't have that problem, by the way, because the draw node 5 draw has a half semitone up from the Rika tuning, and it forms a more natural progression of chords on the draw side, and for that reason it is much easier to tune and to intonate. Yeah. And for the same reason that we have a compromise between the major second position and first position and minor third position, I have to tune 6th draw to +6. I'm most focused on work and not on talking. So if I say something that's not clearly understandable because of, you know, accent or something, let me know. Now I'm gonna make -12 on. Hold on a second, I haven't tuned the bottom octave yet, so I'm gonna go back to number 2 and number 3. Again, I'm tuning number 3 draw at first. +7. It's gonna be -12. Compromise for major third in second position. Sounds good. And 2 draw will be tuned approximately the same way as 3 blow, almost to 0. like it when 1 and 2 draw sound good together. So I'll be checking that. And tuner is not much important if you're making compromise. Now that sounds fine. And I'm gonna go back to 7 draw, which is also minor third, major third. Same as 3 draw. Damn it. Not quite. So don't believe when someone tells you that he can make a custom harmonica for 1 hour in 1 hour, because as you see it takes about an hour just to tune a steel reed harmonica. Too much. Gonna go back up now. Now it's good. So I have tuned 8 draw already, so I have 9 and 10 left. 9 will go -2, same as the 5 draw. I think that in those video blogs I'm gonna show everything, literally everything I do, because this is a real order. So in the end someone, in this case Leonid, will play this instrument, and it's supposed to play well. So this is not a tutorial, this is a real war situation. Sounds okay. This one will be 6, same as 6 draw plus 6 cents. Now, for those of you who don't know what cent means, cent is 1/100th of a semitone. So between A and B flat, or between B and C, there is 100 cents. And you're gonna be surprised, but some notes have to be detuned to sound right. And in the old music, for example, in the pre-war blues, they have played around intervals like 4+5 draw and 2+5 draw, and it really made sense because harmonicas were tuned differently. And if you tried on, say, equal tempered harmonica, where all notes are 0 cents in perfect notes, it will just not make sense. It will sound horrible. So this is it. I've tuned to all 12 notes, all 20 notes. It's fine. And I think it really makes little sense to go beyond that today because I've used almost the whole hour for tuning. So I think I'll better leave it until tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you something else as I work on this instrument. I'm gonna say that I will not proceed to work on this particular harmonica without filming. So whenever I do anything to it, I'm gonna film it. And in the end, you will see how much time it really takes to make a custom harmonica. The one that I will be fully satisfied with and can ship to Leonid.